I just want to share one particular slide, and then probably I can talk a bit on these economic integration issues. Uh, and I have heard two other distinguished panelists, and of course, very dignitaries in the inaugural session. So I will concentrate on the economic integration issues. I thought that between India and Bangladesh, we talk quite a lot on the market integration issues, especially this is what I call a model of deeper economic integration. So I'll start with the market integration and especially trade in goods and trade in services. And we have been working quite a lot on this. And I know Probit Day, he has been working on these issues for long, and we have been working together on these issues. There are still certain issues need to be settled when it comes to market integration, especially between trade between Bangladesh and India. When Bangladesh's export to India has increased in recent years, that is so encouraging, no doubt. But at the same time, the business community from Bangladesh, they also have a lot of issues with respect to several non-tariff barriers or non-tariff issues. I myself was involved in a lot of South Asian studies on identifying the non-tariff issues when it comes to bilateral or regional trade. We found that there are many products where Bangladesh has potentials while exporting to India, but they're subject to different kinds of non-tariff or non-tariff issues. But they're also, you can actually, when you get them, make a deeper analysis, you find that there are also many procedural issues which need to be solved. So I just want to take this opportunity to emphasize the fact that when it comes to this bilateral trade, both goods and services, I think we need to settle these issues. Connectivity, these two countries has actually, we can see that it's increased, but there is a lot of things need to be done, especially with respect to different areas of connectivity. We can see that it's not only the physical connectivity, but people-to-people connectivity. Those things actually need to be taken on board on a larger scale. But I really want to emphasize on the issue of the investment integration. I was really glad, and I'm really glad that Indian investors, they are also keen to invest in Bangladesh, especially with the emphasis of the special economic zone and assigning a few economic zones for Indian investors. But despite that, this very good intention and very good initiative, I have so far to the best of my knowledge is that the progress has not been great when it comes to materializing, operationalize these economic zones. So I think we need to actually focus quite a lot on this investment integration. Otherwise, this deeper economic integration or deeper economic cooperation will not be really materialized. So then comes the whole issue of this global value chain or regional value chain integration. So far, I would say that I have actually mentioned it in many South Asian forums that Bangladesh probably is the smartest country in South Asia, which actually use this regional value chain when it comes to taking raw materials from India and using it in its export sector, especially the leading export sector, the ready-made garment sector. So this is a very success case when it comes to regional value chain integration, especially between Bangladesh and India. But the success is kind of limited to one particular sector, ready-made garment sector. We did a lot of studies on actually looking at the potential sectors where or potential new areas where there can be regional value chain, deeper regional value chain, as well as a larger integration with the global value chain. So I think especially when it comes to leather, when it comes to agro-processing sectors, when it comes to light engineering and different other areas, and especially when it comes to tourism and different other services sectors, this exploring or tapping on this regional value chain, I think that is something what really we need to look at. But my point is that when you talk about this investment integration, trade integration, or global value chain or connectivity, ultimately what really matters is that whether the countries, they are actually helping each other in their growth process. So here I think we need to actually look into the areas where these integration, what I call the growth integration, can be made more and more meaningful. And I think, as we can make much progress in this regional value chain or investment integration or connectivity, that growth integration process can be made more meaningful, and the people will get the actual benefit out of it. Professor Atir Rahmani talked about these border herds, and I know many of the panelists will also talk about many of the issues which I have already actually flagged out. But ultimately, it will actually boil down to the fact that whether the people of these two countries are benefiting out of it. It's not only the economic development, but at the same time, whether it's improving people's livelihood. So here I need to make my final point is that we need to look at a lot of areas, especially with respect to the policies. There are many areas, especially at the policy level, things are not harmonized. I just want to highlight one particular area where, especially when it comes to trade, many of the customs procedure, many of the customs, procedural issues, we see a lot of, lack of harmonization. Even many of the non-tariff issues I have already mentioned, we also see not much of harmonization has taken place. So I think there are areas we need to actually look into this. And it's not that we are talking something very new. We have been talking these things for years, but now is the time to actually materialize these things. I'm very much hopeful that Bangladesh and India, these two countries have kind of showcased that how what a kind of deeper economic integration or cooperation can actually benefit or result in large, or result in large benefits. So I think we need to take this agenda forward, and I'm very much hopeful that if these two countries, the political elites, they are in agreement, we can actually achieve much larger benefits compared to what we have achieved so far. Over to you, Mr. Chair.